My dear students, good evening. Now, the purpose of this video is I want to share my opinion on today's operation management and strategic management question paper for attempt June 2025. Here, I am not sharing any answers here. Just I want to discuss about the how the paper it is. Okay. I think you are the one of the happiest person today, except MCQs part and remaining all descriptive and theory questions or direct questions are there. Now, let's start. I don't want to waste your valuable time. Let's start discussion. Now, the first MCQ is from the first chapter. Now, this is not a direct MCQ. The students who read the theory questions, they can easily answer this type of MCQs. Now, and another second one is the direct MCQs from the study material and which is from booklet. And third one, this is not a direct MCQ. If you read theory, then only you will answer this type of MCQs. Now, if you see the overall part, regarding the MCQs part, little bit new MCQs are there as compared to descriptive part. Now, fourth MCQ, which is the easy MCQ, just we have to find out the efficiency of the plan, direct MCQ. And fifth one, which is the previous examination MCQ, and seventh and sixth one. This is also not a direct MCQ, and seventh one, which is also not a direct MCQ, but this MCQ is covered in Masterminds booklet. And 11th one is from this MCQ is from design thinking concept. I am not sharing any answer. After completion of our all exams, I will share the answers. And 12th MCQ, which is also from scheduling chapter, and 13 from quality standards, and these two are from SM. Out of 15 MCQs, 9 MCQs from 9 MCQs from OM, and remaining is from SM. Now, MCQ part from my point of view, except 4 to 5 MCQs, and remaining is little bit new one, means which is not covered in our study material, except 4 or 5. 4 or 5 is the direct MCQs only. Now, come to next part, that is section B 2A. This is the first question in our guest questions, which is released by the Masterminds material, which is released by the Masterminds guest questions. This is the first theory question in that. Please go and verify. This theory question is from the first chapter, major important decisions areas under the production and operation management. This question is from first chapter. My dear students, this theory is always king in OM. If your target is exemption, then you have to study mandatory theory. Without theory, it is very difficult to clear this subject. Another very important is theory concept. The theory questions are savior in the examination. If practical questions are very difficult, definitely theory will save you. 2A is from first chapter, and which is the first question. What are the decisions which are taken under production and operation management? And second one is the tools. This is also direct questions from the guest questions. 9C question number, guest question number is 9C, and 2A is guest question number 1A. Now, 2B, what are the tools that is used to increase the productivity? There are 3 important tools are there. You have to note down that. And 3A, this question is from production planning and control. 6 types of production control, load control. Now, I don't want to share answer here. If you note down the production controls, then definitely you will get this 7 marks. And this is also a guess question only and direct question. There is no tricky in theory questions. 2A, 2B, 3A. All these 3 are direct theory questions. But come to 3B, which is a new question, which is not in our study material and which is also not covered in our material. But similar type of problem is covered in, it is a combination of 2 problems. The 2 problems is covered in our material. One is in assignment, another is in CRD. But it is a little bit time taken and majority of the student feels that confused. Yes, I am agree with this. This is one of the problem which you feel little bit tough. Why? Because these type of problems are never covered in anywhere. Now, actually, these type of problems are in 2012 syllabus. Now, even though we have two questions as a choice, now that's when the purpose of institute is you have to take this question as a choice. One question is from SM, one question is from OM. If you want, you can take the two questions choice from OM part or SM part. Now 3B, I think you may feel little bit tough. And 4A, which is a direct question, unbalanced matrix, which is also very, very easy question. There is no tricks in this, directly 7 question. And 4B, which is from simulation chapter, the same problem without changing the values is in masterminds material. Go and verify. Problem number is 4 in our material. And this problem is given in the masterminds guess questions, which is a very, very easy question. And there is no tricks in this question also. Now, there is no trick in 4A, 4B, 1A, 1B, I mean 2A, 2B and 3A. There is only the problem is with the 3B problem only. We have the two question choice as there, right? We have option 5A. This is one of the important question in economics and space management chapter. Economics of maintenance and space management chapter. Now, I covered this problem in our marathon session also. Now, all these problems we covered in our marathon session except this problem. Which question? Problem number 3B. Why? Because that is a new. Now, this question which is 4B is from simulation, which is a direct question. 5A, direct question, which is also in our guess questions also. Same problem. Just value. Now, replacement cost is only the change. And the same question is there. And 5B. This question is from network analysis, nothing but project management. There is no twist in this. You have to draw the network diagram by using 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. And you have to identify the critical path. And this is a little bit time taken. Why? Because here there is a requirement of total float is there, free float is there, independent float is there. In order to find out that, it will take little bit time. Even though we can manage the time, which weightage is the 7 marks. Only the 6 activities are there. You can manage the time. And 5B is from project management, which is a direct question. Now, except one question, that is 3B. All are direct questions, including theory. Now, 21 marks are reserved for theory in OM. But coming to the MCQs part, except 5 MCQs, all are easy only. Now, this is my opinion. Okay. Now, all the best for upcoming exams. Have a nice day.
Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to analyze the CMA Inter OMSM paper, out of which we'll explain the question paper analysis of SM part, which is for 40 marks. And now, if you have a look at the question paper now of CMA Inter, SM is for 40 marks. Normally, we expect 28, you have to write 28 marks for descriptive questions. Thereafter, 12 marks is for MCQs, means there will be 6 MCQs hopefully of 2 marks each, which carries 12 marks. Now, let's analyze this question paper of June 2025. Now, look at the section A consists of MCQs. Now, we have to find the MCQs which belongs to the SM subject actually. Now, look at these things now one by one. Now, here comes the first MCQ of SM. How people should be motivated to work together in a more useful manner, in a more effective manner. The way of working in organization is called as organizational behavior. The word behavior in SM is called as the way of performing a work, the way of manufacturing. So, option A is the correct answer. Now, look at the another MCQ. He is talking about BCG matrix. In a growing market, means market growth rate is high, and at present Please be cautious about this word called not yet with high market share. Means market share is very less, market growth is very high. He's talking about question mark category in that BCG matrix of portfolio analysis. Now look at the digital strategy question next. It is a form of paid advertising which in which you have to purchase more number of consumers to visit the website. This is called purchasing traffic to the website. It is called PPC wala digital marketing strategy. Now let's find out the next SMMCQ. Which one of the following, be cautious about this negative word here, which one of the following is not a valid type of big data? There are only three types of big data called as structured data, unstructured data and semi-structured. So what is the correct option? Means option number C is the correct option. Metadata is not a type of big data. Now let's find out another SM question now, which refers to the set of managerial decisions and activities which determines the long-term performance of an organization. This is nothing but the definition of SM itself. So option is option number B for the last MCQ. So far as my observation is concerned, we have only 5 MCQs this time from SM instead of normal 6 MCQs. Now let's focus on section number B. There will be question number 2 to 8. Means 7 questions will be there. Each question carries 2 sub questions of 7 marks each. 7 14 or 98 marks. The first question number 2, 3, 4, thereafter 5 and 6. Up to question number 5 you have OM descriptive questions. Now let's analyze question number 6A. Look at this line. SM was associated with increasing focus on competition. Since the competition is increasing, you have to analyze the business environment characteristics very cautiously. In this context, explain, append, attach the basic elements of SM. There are 4 elements of SM known as environmental scanning, strategy formulation, strategy implementation and evaluation and control. You have to put all the 4 subheadings and 1 or 2 lines under each subheading. Each subheading you have to start the answer with the same first sentence in the question itself. SM was associated with, you have to start answer with that line. Thereafter you can write your material answer, CRD wala answer. Now come to the second 7 marks question. It is from 4th chapter called digital strategy. Right, in this he has asked to explain the enumerate. Please list out. Enumerating means list out the 3 levels of artificial intelligence. 3 levels. He's asked for the 3 levels, hopefully for 3 marks. Thereafter he has asked us to explain the concepts called machine learning, deep learning and blockchain. Now you have to write only 1 or 2 lines for each item present in this question number 6B. He is covering 3 levels of artificial intelligence and meaning of machine learning and meaning of deep learning and meaning of blockchain. You should not write all the concept, all the content you know about blockchain here. You have to minimize your answer to 1 or 2 points. Have you understood that one? If you ask me straight away, the cute explanation should be for machine learning. It's an approach to create artificial intelligence. Deep learning is a branch of artificial intelligence. Likewise, subheading followed by 1 big line to explain that meaning. In all, it carries 7 marks. It's again a straightforward question like a school examination. Now come to the question number 7A. He's talking about Michael Porter's value chain here. Value means consumer satisfaction. With value chain describes the categories of activities. Look at these beautiful words: within and around organization. Within represents primary activities in value chain. Around represents supporting activities in the value chain. Now, with reference to this beautiful statement, he asked us to align the activities involved in the value chain of an organization. Means you have to start with the same line. The first line in the question should become the first line in your answer. Thereafter, you have to present all the 5 primary activities followed by 4 supporting activities. Then you have to conclude that value through, with the help of value chain, you can add more value or satisfaction to the consumers. This is the way you have to present your answer. Again, a straightforward question, but be cautious about the first line to get 7 out of 7 here. Now come to the question number 7B. Philosopher name is Rock Art. Is talking about a beautiful concept called critical success factors. In short, it is called CSFs. In this context, every business person has to identify, prepare the list of sources of CSFs. In what business activities a business organization should excel to claim #1 spot in terms of sales and profits. He is asking us, please mention the 4 sources of CSFs, preferably citing certain examples. If you ask me very quickly, sir, what are these 4 sources of critical success factors means? Look at that first one. It is called as industry structure. Second one, geographic location. Third one is environmental factors, and fourth one is temporal factors. You have to write all these 4 sources of critical success factors, and an example is provided in the material itself. You have to add that example also. Look at this beautiful word, citing examples. Means examples might carry half mark. For 4 marks, for 7 out of 7 marks, 4 marks, approximately 4 to 5 marks will be devoted to the content, and 2 to 4 halves means 2 marks. 2 marks will be awarded or allotted to the examples. So if any student writes with examples, they might get more marks. Without examples, you may not get more than 5 marks also. So you should be cautious about this word, citing examples. Now please move to the another question, last descriptive question, called question number 8A, which is of course a straightforward question. Differences between formulation and implementation. With respect to formulation, you have to use the word effectiveness. The word effectiveness is used from formulation viewpoint. The word efficiency is used from the implementation viewpoint. Likewise, you have to write some 5 to 6 points as the differences between formulation and implementation according to philosopher called David. Right, now look at the question number 8B. Now he is asking us to represent the guidelines. Guidelines in what aspect a manager should keep in mind while implementing proper strategic controls. If a manager wants to use some controls in the business organization, what are the guidelines you have to follow? The first one, it's a beautiful rule called Pareto's rule, 80/20 rule. 80/20 rule. Please focus on 20% of the main activities, which will give you 80% of the results. Then control should be reasonable. And control should be flexible. Control should point out certain exceptions. If you find any exceptions beyond the tolerable range, your control should point out that defects also in the business organization. These are the summarized viewpoints of guidelines which a manager should keep in mind while implementing proper strategic control. So the final summary report about this paper is, it's a straightforward question paper as far as descriptive questions are concerned. As far as MCQs are concerned, out of 5, 4 are damn easy questions, and average student might find difficulty in one MCQ, which is of 2 marks. So altogether, overall summary for this paper is, it's a very easy paper. Hope every student will score more marks in this examination, and hopefully you will clear 1 or 2 groups in this examination itself. God bless you. Great results.